These are the machine gunners who carried America's deadliest weapon into hell, and many of them never came back. The M1919 Browning machine gun served as the backbone of American firepower for over 50 years, but the men who operated it paid a horrific price that military historians rarely discuss. John Moses Browning's 1918 design revolutionized warfare by replacing the cumbersome water-cooled M1917 with an air-cooled system that could go anywhere infantry could go. What seemed like a technological breakthrough quickly turned into a nightmare for the five-man crews tasked with operating it. The gun weighed 31 pounds, its tripod another 14, and that's before adding the ammunition boxes, spare parts and tools that gunners hauled across Pacific beaches and European battlefields. Weight was the least of their problems, though. The M1919's air cooling system created a deadly paradox. While it eliminated the need for water jackets and cooling apparatus, it transformed the barrel into a white-hot torture device. During sustained fire, which happened constantly in combat, the barrel temperature soared to 240 degrees Fahrenheit and beyond. Machine gunners couldn't touch their own weapon without suffering third-degree burns. Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone discovered this horror firsthand during the Battle of Guadalcanal in October 1942. For 3 days and nights, he maintained his machine gun position against wave after wave of Japanese attacks. His Medal of Honor citation doesn't mention that his hands were completely blistered from gripping the superheated barrel, but witnesses described how he ignored the agony and kept firing. Basilone killed at least 38 enemy soldiers that night, but the cost was written in the burned flesh of his palms. The overheating problem created another lethal danger called cook-off. Rounds left in a hot chamber would spontaneously explode while gunners attempted to clear jams or reload. This could kill or maim the operator instantly, turning routine maintenance into a game of Russian roulette. The gunner's assistant lived in constant fear of watching his partner's face disappear in a sudden blast of metal and fire. Machine gun positions became magnets for enemy fire. Artillery crews, snipers, and assault troops all prioritized destroying these weapons above nearly any other target. The distinctive sound of the M1919's 400 to 600 rounds per minute made it impossible to hide. Gunners knew that every burst they fired painted a target on their position, but stopping meant allowing enemy forces to overrun friendly positions. Tony Stein exemplified the desperate courage these men displayed. On Iwo Jima, he carried a modified aircraft machine gun called the Stinger that fired nearly 3 times faster than the standard M1919. When his unit needed ammunition, Stein made 8 separate trips back to the beach under heavy fire, carrying wounded Marines each time. During the battle, enemy fire shot the weapon from his hands twice, but he retrieved it and kept fighting until a sniper's bullet ended his life. The psychological toll was devastating. Gunners fired for hours without rest, watching their ammunition carriers fall to enemy fire while desperately needing resupply. They witnessed their weapons jam at critical moments, leaving their comrades exposed to enemy assault. The responsibility of providing covering fire for entire platoons weighed heavily on men who were often barely out of their teens. Even decades later, during Vietnam's river warfare, M1919 gunners faced catastrophic casualty rates. Patrol boat river crews engaged in roughly 80 firefights per month, with 1 in 3 sailors killed or wounded over the course of their tour. That 6% monthly casualty rate meant that survival was largely a matter of luck rather than skill. The M1919 Browning served faithfully until 1957, when the M60 finally replaced it as America's standard machine gun. Nearly 500,000 M1919s were produced, but the true cost wasn't measured in steel and manufacturing hours. It was measured in the burned hands, shattered nerves, and broken bodies of the men who transformed Browning's mechanical marvel into an instrument of victory through their suffering and sacrifice.